Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with the Friday edition. And here we are, and we're tucked in. I've got on my bathrobe. It's been a long time since I wore my bathrobe. I woke up with a start saying, oh, yes, I've got to do my video. So I'm up a couple of hours earlier than usual. And as you know, I wake up the rooster because somebody has to do it. So here I am. I'm drinking my strong black coffee. And I don't know where I found this bag, but I found it whole bean, red rooster, French roast. I don't know. I don't know if it's a local roaster or not, but it's pretty good. I like it. I'm a strong coffee drinker, which helps a lot if you like clean intermittent fasting, because I look forward to a fresh brewed cup of coffee. And I start my day. I'm a clean intermittent fasting person. And the difference between just fasting and clean intermittent fasting is that I start my day with Element, the little package, raw unflavored, in warm water. And it's 20 ounces of warm water while I brew my coffee. I'm also making my salad that I have every day if you see what I eat. And I get it ready, and then I drink the water, and then I have the black coffee, and I like it in a little, I don't know, little mug. It keeps it warmer or hotter, and I love black coffee now, and it took so long to get here. I don't know if you remember, if you come from the keto era, but the loaded coffees were just so incredible, and of course you couldn't have it in something like this because I was putting into it. I never bought the MCT oil, but I would put xylitol, the sweetener that I liked. I would put coconut oil. I would put ghee or butter. And then there was this creamer called Super Creamer, Super Keto. They still make it. I still see it at Market Basket. And it comes in hazelnut, vanilla, and the regular cream flavored. I would buy the cream flavored, and I would load up the coffee. I mean, it was incredible. Most of us did it that way. And then you had the little mini immersion blender, and I would watch the videos of it salivating that other people would make. And then some people would even put like whipped cream on top of it. And I would drink a few of those every day. Oh, the zero carb life or the low carb life, right? But those days have changed. I now have what would probably be just a regular diet, a regular food plan that I never thought I could have before. So the evolvement for me, I even had a carnivore stint for 7 or 8 months where I just ate meat products. I did it. I don't know how I did it. Never lost a pound. Perhaps I improved my gut. I'm not sure. But I seem to be able to have most everything. Um, One of the things I'm noticing these days, though, is that I was buying Fage yogurt, a few too, but mostly the 5% ones, and having them, and my stomach would leak. It'd be like somebody was there with a pump with the air. I would go to bed with like a basketball stomach. And so I was looking up lactose intolerance and just not sure, but it just, when I didn't have it, I wasn't, I was, and I also felt like I was retaining fluids with it. Have any of you felt that from having either Greek yogurt or plain yogurt? So anyway, I decided that I started listening to Dr. Stephen Gundry, and he was talking about the yogurts and what he considers okay to have, and what you should steer away from. Now, because of course I have the food program that I have, I developed a palate for the plain yogurt. I like the tanginess of a plain yogurt, so I'm blessed there. So plain yogurt and black coffee, I'm in. And it's great because it does take a while to adjust to those things if you're used to the loaded coffee and if you're used to the flavored yogurts. Now, I would never ever want a yogurt that's flavored. The only one that could pull me would be a lemon flavor, but I'm not pulled at all. I love the taste of plain yogurt. And Sometimes I add to it a tablespoon of cashew butter, almond butter, peanut butter, pepitas. Sometimes I mix the yogurt with a good culture cottage cheese, especially the 6% one. It's like neon green if you see it at Whole Foods. Other times it's the 4%, which is like the regular blue, and then the 2% one is like a lighter blue. And so I am more of a savory person. I seem to have lost the desire to have sweets. I don't know how this happened, but it did. Sometimes I will put, I'm into focaccia bread right now. Sometimes I will have that with maple cream or honey cream, sometimes even raspberry or a strawberry jam on top. Very, very rarely. I am much more into having the butter on it, period, or the almond butter, cashew butter, peanut butter. I've also got pepitas and cashews. It's hard finding cashews that have not been roasted in canola oil. I was quite surprised. So I did find one, and it's roasted in organic. But anyway, it's not a seed oil, it's a safe oil. I was very surprised. You can find them raw and unroasted, but I was able to find this roasted in this safe oil. So I grabbed, oh, peanut oil. Maybe that's not a safe oil. Anyway, organic. That pulls me in. But anyway, so the things have changed in my food plan from, say, a year ago. And what I began to do, where my evolvement in all of this from keto on has taken me, is into the clean intermittent fast with nothing but black coffee, plain water, the element in the morning, and then some pink Himalayan ground into my coffee later in the day. I usually work from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the grocery store. I'm usually a cashier once a week, and the rest of the time I'm an in-store shopper, drive up and go, where I shop for others and then stage the items in the freezer and the fridge and the regular shelves, and then I bring them out to the car, their groceries out to the car. And so I consider that my exercise because I'm bending, lifting, pulling, and walking all the aisles many, many times during the day. So that's how I do it. I come home, I'm done at 1. I come home and I'm hungry, I'm ready. And so I will prepare, it's partially prepared anyway, my meal. I made short ribs the other day. There were 2 ribs, and when you buy them, they look as not not much more meaty than like a Chinese food spare rib, but when you cook them, they begin to plump up. And so one short rib per meal is enough for me, along with all the sides that I like to have. And I'm not so much a crock pot person as I am a small Dutch oven. I have a little Martha Stewart one. I think it's a quart and a half, and it's just perfect. And so I can brown the short ribs and saute the carrot, celery, onions on top of the stove for a little bit, just get a little brown or golden. Then I can just plop it into the toaster oven at 200, anywhere from 200 to 250, depending on how long I want to be home. I don't like to leave the toaster oven going when I leave the house, so I like that going while I'm home. I also put my squashes in there. I'm a big squash person this time of year. I made a little honey nut one. I asked the produce manager to get them. They are absolutely adorable. They are a version of the butternut squash, and I love them. And they're just perfect. So I cooked one of those. So I'll have half of one with the little chicken breasts wrapped in cheddar cheese and bacon that one of the people that watches this channel sent me. She sent me, I don't know how many are in the package. There's 2 in each little package. So I will have one of those with my honey nut squash and my big salad today. I also have been buying the focaccia bread, at Whole Foods. I like that. I will grill up a piece of that. It seems to hold me. My body likes a little carb, and I think the bread that I've allowed myself, the grains that I've allowed myself, has allowed or somehow helped in me losing the sweet tooth that I used to have and have to feed on a daily basis. It's been great. So I've developed a more savory end of the meal dessert, as it were. I've also noticed that I've been buying the Faye containers, the little 5-ounce containers, but I think that my body doesn't necessarily like the Faye anymore. I think I may have some sort of lactose intolerance. I'm not sure, but I did get, and I put it in what I was eating one day. I have gotten a couple of the harmless harvest. It's green colored. It's, I think, 5.4 ounces, maybe even smaller, um, unsweetened coconut yogurt. And it has all the prebiotics, maybe probiotics and prebiotics. Anyway, it's 60 calories. It's delicious. It only has 1 gram of protein as opposed to the Fayeyo, though. Fayeyo. And so I've been enjoying that. And what I've been doing is taking my berries, because I love my berries at the end of the meal. And that's the only sweet that I think of. And to me, the antioxidants make it worth what I'm paying for the berries. And I kind of dip it into the Harmless Harvest coconut unsweetened yogurt, and a half of the container of that per meal with my bowl of berries. It's been delicious. I love that. And I have the focaccia bread. Usually I just grill it in either my Danish creamery butter or ghee. And I don't even want another topping on it. But when I have an English muffin, I kind of want a nut butter. I've got almond butter, cashew butter, and peanut butter. And I also sometimes want a little bit of maybe raspberry jam or strawberry jam. I buy the Smuckers. Anyway, but it's the amount of the jam that I put on the English muffin, and it's only like a quarter, you know, it's only a half of the half, so it's a quarter has the jam on it. It satisfies. But I'm not craving the sugars like I used to. My body doesn't seem to tolerate the sugar. I get these incredibly painful cramps every time I have um, what ice cream I have left in the freezer. I'm surprised. A game over. But that works for me because I will have the berries. I will have the slice of the grain. It's in my it's in my one meal a day. So my clean intermittent fasting is nothing but the element in the morning with the water, the plain black strong coffee. I make it in a French press. I make it 2 times a day. It's just a little 12-ounce press. So I'll have it in the morning when I wake up after I've had the element in the water. And then at 9 o'clock when I come home for my break, because I live close enough from the store that I can just come home and I can heat up the water in the kettle and have another fresh brew, fresh ground coffee. I love it. In the second one that I make, I do put a few grinds of the Himalayan salt, and that gets me through my workday. I can't imagine having anything to eat during my schedule. We're not supposed to have it anyway, but I don't have any appeal. I love working fasted. It's an active job. I'm going up and down the aisle shopping for other people. I'm bagging and tagging, I call it. And then you bring it out to the car, so there's more unloading into the person's trunk. So it's a very active job. And for somebody like me that's 73, I consider it my physical activity. I don't like cases of water, and I don't like watermelons. Those pull at my back. But the rest of my job, I love. And it keeps me active. When I get done with work at 1 in the afternoon, that's when I come home and I have my feast. And my feast just works for me. I have whatever I want in my feast. I open the window, I eat the entire time, I shut the window. I do not have I see a lot of people where they have like 2 meals in their open window. They'll have a little something something. A lot of people have like some sort of smoothie to break their fast. I just dive in. I have the meal that I'm having, and it has a protein, it has my big salad, it has plenty of usually like a hot vegetable today. It's a butternut squash, it's called honey nut. They're tinier, they're plumper, and I make it in the toaster oven. I slow cook it, then I can cut it right in half when it's soft, scoop out the seeds. There you go. I put cinnamon on it. Sometimes I add a little extra butter. But I find I don't even need butter on those squashes. They seem to be moist enough and flavorful enough without it. But sometimes I add a little butter because I love butter. And then I will have my bowl of berries with my the new non-dairy yogurt. It's the Harmless Harvest. It's green, 60 calories in the little thing. It's got the prebiotics, the probiotics. I also got Alejandre A2 full fat yogurt. I'm trying it. I've been listening to Dr. Stephen Gundry about the what you should have, what you shouldn't, just for another opinion about dairy products, because I just think that maybe I've developed a lactose intolerance. I'm not sure. When I make my keto pizza, it's cream cheese and cheese crust, so with almond flour. I seem to have that, and I don't seem to feel the same discomfort as I have been from the Fage yogurt, which is what now why I switched. I spent a lot of time listening to Dr. Gundry, going to Whole Foods, and studying their yogurt, non-dairy and dairy yogurts, to see what it was that he was talking about. I've ended up with the Alejandre. I've not had it yet. It's on sale right now at Whole Foods, so that helps to invest in a tub of it. And then the Harmless Harvest is also on sale, 2 for $4. And I find that I enjoy them. I dip my berries. I have berries most every day after my regular entree is done. And I like them. I buy them for the antioxidants. It takes the place of sweet. It's small. It's maybe 6 ounces of the 4 berries. I like them. Um, I don't know. It's what's working for me. I do like my bread. Right now I'm having focaccia. Sometimes I crave a simple Thomas's English muffin. I don't know. I just go with what I want because it's my OMAD. So I'll have my meal. I stop it. You done, girly. I immediately floss and brush. Many of you know me from doing that for over the years because it tells my body I'm done. I'm done with eating for the day. That's it. I have another big thing of water with my supplements, mostly magnesium, and no more D3. Doctor says I'm getting plenty. So it's mostly magnesium for cramps, for sleeping, for general all purpose better. And I do take the breakthrough, magnesium breakthrough. It's got all 7 magnesiums in it. I do take magnesium glycinate that I get at Whole Foods separately. And, a Super C that has zinc in it, and C, which I started taking during the pandemic. That was my COVID preventer. Don't know if it prevented it. Well, I didn't get COVID, so maybe it did attribute, some aid to not getting it. I don't know, but I continue to take it. Super C Nature Made. And that's a wrap. That's what I have in my day, and it seems to all work for me. I don't sweat it anymore. Once I adapted to the clean intermittent fasting, well, then the OMAD's easy because there's no denying, there's no depriving. I have what I want. And I like that. It's no more, well, you should have this because I don't do that anymore. I have what I want. And it ends up, I love veggies. It ends up, I'm having less protein than I used to. It ends up that I can tolerate a grain. It ends up that I can tolerate my few little berries. It's as simple can be. I don't mind having the same thing 1, 2, 3 days in a row. I guess I'm just that way. I was checking out the freezer the other day and I was getting some meats from Wellness, um, where they take good, how they raise the cows. And I'm going to be making a little beef with barley stew that's got barley, carrots, onions, and the beef. And it's just this hearty little thing. I'll have a little cup of that with my big salad. That'll be on the menu for next week. My kids are coming tomorrow to help with the yard, kind of put to bed for the winter. So I got some grass-fed ribeye steaks at Stop and Shop, 30% off. We'll be having that with a russet. I texted them to see what vegetables they like because I want to have either asparagus, roasted Brussels sprouts, or broccoli, or maybe even two of the three. Who knows? Because I have one meal a day and it's what I want. And I'll just be sharing it with my two kids. It makes me happy. Anyway, I will see you here the next time. Have a great week doing what you're doing. If you're on the struggle bus, well, we all go on the struggle bus and we all learn from that. We don't learn from the smooth sailing. That's what I've learned about life. We learn from the downs and then we have the ups. Enjoy them because soon enough there'll be a down again. And that's how I've learned all along with my food. I pay more attention to my body. I'm super attuned to it. And so hence the Fage yogurt. Never saw that coming, but that's how the things go. So have a great week. I will see you here the next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.